Okay, so my lighting in the shop's not real good to show this up, but you can kind of see it there. This is probably the most tedious twist, in my opinion. It's called a Rubik twist, and for starts, you get your segmented pieces out, however long you're going to do it. These are going to be for a griddle handle, so I'm starting out with 8 inches so I can make a spot to rivet onto the griddle. 1 inch set out from either end there, so you get a 6-inch center section there. If you're really anal retentive, figure out the center line on it, scribe it out. I kind of did a little bit of that to start, and then I said, you know what, this is too tedious because all 4 sides have to be marked, and I just kind of eyeballed the center on most of it. Next step is, and like I say, all 4 sides have to have that cut mark on it. So just to give you a point of reference. Next step for this, we're actually going to take 2 opposing sides. So, you know, you're going to take this side and this corner here, and you're going to take those 2 corners, well, those 2 sides, and you're going to cut with, I use a zip disc, you can use a hot chisel, however you have, but you're going to cut that line in on those 2 center sides. And then after that, we'll catch up and I'll explain the next process. Zip disc or a cutoff wheel. I'm a bad boy, I don't have a grinder cover on here. If you remove your grinder safety guards, you be very, 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 very careful. Right, so hearing protection, eye protection. No, I don't have a guard bond, but it is important to keep that stuff there. Most of my equipment's secondhand, so you know I haven't had a chance to replace it is all. You know, earlier I think I told you that you were only going to pick 2 sides. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking of a different twist, I think, but you are going to actually cut all 4 sides. That center line right down the center of them. So that's kind of tedious and boring. I'll do one with you, and then then you guys can fast forward or skip through for the others. I'll probably just edit it so that that's the case. So we did 2 sides earlier. I'm just coming in and catching those other 2 sides because, like I say, I forgot what I was doing. So here we go. Three sides down, flip it over, and we'll grab the 4th. Alright, so I also only cut about a 1/16 of an inch in, just to mark. If you want it to be more of a dramatic finial twist on here, then cut deeper by all means. Just do not cut all the way through. And you have to be mindful because, again, you're cutting all 4 sides of this, so you can't cut too far or you're going to cut through. And that'll completely do something different. And while that's a fun look, it's not what we're trying to do for these handles. So, you know, there we go. Like I said, it's just a little mark all the way down through there. Alright, we'll catch you when I get these others done. Alright guys, so we've got all 4 sides marked out at the centers. What I do now is I'll tighten the vise up just enough to hold it so that I can draw. I'll take and use a tape measure so that I get consistent marks, but I will come in with a Sharpie or a piece of chalk or soapstone. If you're using an angle grinder, you know, chalk or the Sharpie will work. You can do this with a hand hacksaw. If you're really paying attention and babysitting it, you can do it with a bandsaw. What we're going to do is we're going to come in and mark about, well, this needs to be smaller since it's 1/2 inch stock. So about every 1/2 inch we're going to come in and mark, put a little tick mark. Five and a half, 6, and 6 and a half. Anyway, but we're going to do that on 2 opposing sides. This is where I got off earlier. I was a couple of steps ahead. So you're going to come in and you're going to actually mark it. Since it's 1/2 inch stock and we want nice cubes, we're going to do it at 1/2 inch intervals. Come in and tick, 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 tick. Right on. And tick. Okay. So, now what we do, you do that for all 4 of these, by the way. I'm just showing you one, but you do it throughout the whole, you know, if you're making a bunch of handles, like I am today, then you're going to do it for all of these. But now what you do is you come in and you see the 2 lines there, opposing lines? Okay, so you're going to come in right at your tick mark and you're going to cut until you reach those marks. So, in order to do that, because I have a little bit of slop in this vise, it's a little difficult. I'm going to put it on the diamond, crank down nice and tight on it, and I'm going to go ahead and cut those. So back on goes our safety gear, and we're going to come in. I like to stand on the side here. Remember, I said this was tedious. I wasn't fibbing. So that's one side done. And you can kind of see, I think you can kind of see how that's going to look. A little bit. Alright? So now we flip it over to the opposite side that we marked earlier. Yeah, God, that booger's hot, boy. Use your head. Alright, get her locked in, and we come back and do this. I'm probably going to speed this one up. I'm going to grab a pair of these tongs over here. We're going to cool this off so I can show you what I'm talking about. And if I did this right, these lines are going to match up pretty well. Yeah, okay. So there we go. It's nice and cool. Now we can check our work. See that? Yeah, okay. So got off a little bit, but for the most part they line up. Right there at the end I got off. You can see right there, it's slightly off. Oh man, oh well. Anyways, now I'm gonna do that for the other three, and we'll get up and I'll have almost all, well, I'll actually have all the prep work done to make these handles. Awesome sauce. See you in a few. So, we've now got all of our bits and bobs done in the right way. I'm going to take a pair of tongs, heat up this end here, and this end over here, and I'm going to mash those boogers flat so that I have a place to put the rivet to make this into a handle on the giant griddles that I showed on the Instagram the other day. So yeah, let's get that done and I'll bring you with me on that process. Alright, so put it on the flat behind our mark, half on, half off hammer blows. About a quarter of the parent stock thickness, and then press it down so that it's the same width. Don't want it any wider than a ½ inch, right? That's what I mean. We're just going to planish it up with the remaining residual heat here at black heat. Just kind of straighten it out. Take out some of the little dings and whatnot from our hammer blows. But yeah, so we got that, like that. Now we're going to flip it around and do the other side. Here we go on the other side now. Alright, so now we have our ends where we'll pop holes for rivets and make the angle adjustment to fit the griddles proper. So next step is to twist, and this is the fun part, the funnest part of all. So it makes all this tedious, you know, prep work worth it. So here we go. Want a pretty consistent heat all the way through that twist area. Right there, tight. Goes there. I use a little pipe wrench, preset to the pretty close to what I need it to be, and then we're gonna just twist, 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 twist. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that half and take another heat and focus more on the lower half this next heat. Doesn't take too long to get up to heat, but you know, it's not fun stuff, and I like to mess around with other projects while I'm waiting on other stuff to get hot. So there we go. Yeehaw! Alright, so now we're going to continue this twist, get those set down, and continue this twist down yonder. Yep. Okay. I'm going to open that up to the ½ inch mark. And we're just going to give it a little bit of persuasion there. Now, here. This one up here, we're going to come this way. Bring it back around like so. Yes, sir. There we go. Now, let me find a brush real quick. Brush off the scale. And let you see what that looks like a little better. So, there you have it. A Rubik's twist. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a full another turn on this just to make it move some more. So yeah, we'll show you what that looks like. Just because, you know, that's fun, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what I decide. We'll get the missus involved and get her opinion on it.